Namaskar. Good morning, dear students. Today's date is 10th July 2020, day Friday. Today we are going to revise chapter 7, Grandpa Fights an Ostrich. It's grammar part, tenses, right? In this chapter we are going to revise simple present tense, present continuous tense, simple past tense, past continuous tense, then future tense means simple future tense and future continuous tense. Alright, so let's start with simple present tense and simple past tense. As you know, we are learning tense since second standard, right? So we all are familiar about the tense, its use, how can we use all the three tenses and their types to communicate, to write and to learn English. Alright, last year we have learned these tenses with their types also. Now we are going to revise today what we learned from the simple present tense, simple past tense and simple future tense also. So let's start. If you think something is important to write down, you can copy it in your notebook. Let's see simple present tense. When do we use simple present tense? Obviously, simple present tense is the tense when we speak about the present situation, right? So, the simple present tense is used to talk about things that happen regularly or are permanent. One more time, the simple present tense is used to talk about things that happen regularly or are permanent. Example, the earth goes around the sun. The earth goes around the sun. Now let's see some important things about simple present tense. Okay, I will share some examples with you. I live in Morbi. I live in Morbi. Means this sentence helps me to share my current situation or present tense, right? Second, the dog sleeps on the floor. Here the sentence is giving us information or one fact about dog. Third, she watches television in the evening. This sentence is sharing information about someone, right? So, the simple present tense is used to talk about things that happen regularly or are permanent. What are some basic rules while we are using simple present tense? Let's be clear and listen carefully. We use simple present tense so to state facts. The earth goes around the sun is the fact. So we use simple present tense to share the facts. Then, like penguins live in Antarctica. Second one, the earth goes around the sun. Alright. Second rule, we use the simple present tense to talk about present states. What is the present states? Like I am teaching English grammar. Right? I teach English grammar. This one is my current or present state. Right? Next one, she looks cheerful. Okay, if we pass compliment to someone, we use present tense. Then we are in a happy mood. Now how are we feeling? We are happy. Why? Because we are learning grammar. Now let's see the third rule. We use the simple present tense to express an order, command or a request. Work hard to get good marks. Here we that are going to happen soon. Then the ing form of a verb is called the present participle. We use the present participles with is, am or are to form the present continuous tense. What is important information about present continuous tense? Present continuous tense is used to talk about things that are happening as we speak. Example, the children are practicing for Teachers' Day. So, present continuous tense is used to talk about the things that are happening as we speak, or we use it to talk about the things that are going to happen soon. And we use the present participle of the word to make the sentence of present continuous tense. What is the structure? M is R plus VING. VING means we have to add ing to the verb to make the present continuous tense. Let's see some examples of simple present tense and present continuous tense. Simple present tense is used to talk about the things that happen regularly or are permanent. Let's see some examples. She looks cheerful. You are in a happy mood. My father works hard. Then we think it is a good idea. Next one, how we can form simple present tense. Whenever we are going to form simple present tense, we have to remember some important points. Okay, let's see what are they. Verbs in the simple present tense have different forms depending on the subject of the sentence. We add s or es to the verb in the subject. Is a singular noun or pronoun. Means when the subject is singular, we add s or es to the verb. And when the subject is plural, we add just verb to the sentence. Let's see. She plays board games with her friends. Here she means only one person. That's why when the subject is singular, verb will be plural. And when the subject is plural, verb should be singular. Let's see. Anup washes the dishes. Okay. Now we use the base form of the verb if the subject is a plural noun or a pronoun. Example, we pray several times a day. Here we means more than one person. That's why what is the common rule about simple present tense? Whenever we are going to form the sentence of simple present tense, we have to take care of the subject. When the subject is singular, verb should be plural. And when the subject is plural, verb should be singular. Second example, Sam can carry 2 boxes at a time. Here we are speaking about the boxes. That's why carry. Now we use the base form of the verb with I and you. Whenever we are speaking about ourselves and you, then what we have to do? We have to use the base form of the verb. Example, I play tennis every Sunday. Second, you brush your teeth twice a day. So this is what about simple present tense. We use simple present tense to talk about things that happen regularly or are permanent. When the subject is singular, verb should be plural. And when the subject is plural, verb should be singular. Alright, this is what about simple present tense. Now let's see present continuous tense. We use present continuous tense to speak about things that are happening as we speak or are going to happen soon. Example, the children ing plus object. Examples: the train is arriving at the station. Grandma is bringing fresh juice for us. Right? Then I am revising for tomorrow's English test. Alright, now let's see the simple past tense. We use simple past tense, okay, to speak about the action that happened in the past. The simple past tense is used to talk about actions that happened in the past. The plane landed 10 minutes ago. Here we are speaking about the landing of plane, okay? It happened in the past 10 minutes ago. That's why we are using simple past tense to speak about the action that happened in the past. Alright, let's see how we can form a simple past tense. For most words we add ed, landed. Alright, and for most words ending in e, we add only d. If the verb ends in e, means the last letter of the verb is e, we just have to add d. Then for verbs ending in consonant plus y, consonant plus y means, let's see, I will explain you here. C-R-Y. Here consonant sound r, ending y. So how can we form its simple past tense? By y turns into l and we have to add ed. So cry, cried, try, tried. Alright, let's see now. For verbs ending in vowel plus y, we add just ed. How? Let's see. P-L-Y, play. Here a is vowel sound. That's why we have to add ed directly. Play. Alright, now let's see. For verbs ending in vowel plus consonant, we double the consonant sound and ed. Examples. Example, stop here. Wait, let me find. Okay, I can write here. Stop means when the verb ends with vowel plus consonant sound, what we can do? We can double the sound. See. Stop. What we did? We doubled the P consonant sound as it is with O vowel sound. One more time. When the verb ends with consonant plus y, we have to change y into y and add ed. So cry, cried, try, tried. When the word ends with vowel sound plus y, then play. We just have to add ed. Then whenever a verb ends with consonant, means vowel sound plus consonant letter, then what happens? Stop, stop. We have to double the consonant sound. Alright, now let's see next example. Okay, some irregular verbs. Irregular verbs means what? Some verbs do not follow the ed or d rules. Such verbs are called irregular verbs. Okay, irregular verbs are of two kinds. Some irregular verbs have a different past tense form like swim, swam, write, wrote, go, went, do, did, feel, felt, speak, spoke. Some irregular verbs do not change at all. They have the same present and past forms. Cost, cost, cut, cut, put, put. Okay, now let's see the words. The words was and were are the simple past forms of the verbs be. Ruby was not well yesterday is the example of simple past tense. So what we learned about simple past tense? Simple past tense is used to talk about actions that happened in the past. What is the structure of the simple past tense? Subject, subject plus second form of the verb plus object. Whenever we are going to make the past tense form of the verb, we have to take care of few things. Okay, we have to add ed or be to the verb. Okay, some words we add ed. If the word ending with e, we just add e. When the word ending with vowel sound plus y, we have to write it as it is by adding ed. When the verb ends with r plus y, means consonant sound plus y, we have to cut y and add ied. When the verb ends with vowel sound plus consonant, what we have to do? We have to double the consonant letter, then stop, stopped. Alright, now let's see past continuous tense. The past continuous tense is used to talk about an action that continued for some time in the past. I was writing a letter. What is the use of past continuous tense? Past continuous tense is used to talk about an action that continued for some time in the past. What is the structure of past continuous tense? Subject, helping verb plus VING plus object. Okay, so was and were. If the subject is I, okay, or singular, we have to use was. And when the subject is you or plural, then we have to use were. Right? We were writing a letter. Alright, now let's see the use of past continuous tense. We learned in the fourth standard also that the verb ending in ing is called present participle. In order to form the past continuous tense, we write was or were with the present participle. The dogs were barking at the thieves. Alright, now let's see one more important thing about past continuous tense. We use the past continuous tense to talk about what is happening when something else happened. Like, I was flying a kite when my mother called me. Here, the one action was going on when the second happened. Right? What was the speaker doing? The speaker was flying a kite. And the second action, what happened? His mother called him. Okay. Some examples. We were eating dinner when the guests arrived. Second, he saw Mary when he was looking for his dog. This is how we learned about simple present tense and present continuous tense, then simple past tense and past continuous tense. Now we are going to learn future tense. Okay, wait for a while. We will continue after board work. Alright. Now let's see simple future tense. We use the simple future tense to talk about things that have not happened yet. Means there is possibility that will happen in future. We will meet at the coffee shop tomorrow. Here we are expecting to meet someone, okay, tomorrow. So the action which we are accepting to be present or accepting to happen in future, we use simple future tense to speak about them. We shall not go to the party without you. Here we are sharing the statement about our future actions. Right? Let's see future continuous tense. We use future continuous tense to talk about future events that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. He will be coming to visit us next week. Here what is the structure? He, helping verb plus be plus VING. To visit means object. Subject will be VING plus object. Okay. watching TV and he will be cooking dinner. This is what about future continuous tense. One more time. Simple future tense. We use simple future tense to talk about things that have not happened yet. Example, we will meet at the coffee shop tomorrow. Second, we shall not go to the party without you. Then, future continuous tense. We use future continuous tense to talk about future events that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. He will be coming to visit us next week. We will be watching TV and he will be cooking dinner. What is the structure of simple future tense? Subject plus will oblique shall plus verb plus object. And what is the structure of future continuous tense? Subject plus will be oblique shall be plus VING plus object. This is how we learn in this chapter. We have revised all the three tenses with their simple and continuous form. I hope this information will help you to be clear about the concepts of simple present tense, present continuous tense, simple past tense, past continuous tense, simple future and future continuous tense. What is your today's homework? Today you have to practice with the help of worksheet, notebook, textbook and workbook, chapter number 7. I hope you will practice it at